welcome in. Nuclear Koji Edits was first 4 hours ago and is still here. Hasn't gone anywhere, I'm sure. Welcome in. Hello, Supriya. Good to see you. Lataro, always nice to see you. Sup, Kiyu? Hey, Kiyu. How you doing? Multimedia Stop Motion Productions. It's a very powerful name. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you guys doing? How's everybody start to their weekends going? Connell, hello everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you all. I hope you are all having a wonderful evening. King Global, hey man, how you been? I've been good. Been good. We took our family trip last week. We were in the mountains of BC. Now we're back, trying not to get buried by all the snow. Good, you guys are doing. Kiryu, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Kiryu. That's amazing. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday, and I hope that you got to have some great cake and you got all the presents you could hope for. Childish Landino, welcome in. Hello. Hello, hello. How you doing? Oh. So, Hiya Toys announcing Heat Ray Godzilla 2014 while they still have 12 other figures up for pre-order that they're asking you to pay money for. How do we feel about that? Going good? Good to see it. Happy birthday, Michaels, and I ruined my reputation. It just happened last night. How's it going? Yes, for anyone who missed the Figure Mania show stream last night, Shrimp over here wished Michael in chat a happy birthday rather than Harold when it was Harold's birthday. It was very embarrassing. We all laughed at him. I'm just kidding. It's an honest mistake. But yeah, life is good, Shrimp. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. BR Productions, they need to slow down on announcements. I agree, man. I think it counted it, and it's like 700. I can't remember the exact number. It's like $780 in pre-orders right now. They're asking you to put that money up. It's crazy. That's a lot of product. What are your thoughts on Hiya, Scylla, and why did they release in 2026? So I think Scylla looks great. I think the precedent for Scylla being in the line means that other characters could also come to the line, which is very, very exciting. I'm worried about the articulation because like every solicitation shot has her in the same pose. So kind of curious as to what her range of motion is going to be. The 2026 date is for Entertainment Earth, where she was first unveiled. The official China release is Q4 2024. Q4 2025. So it might release earlier. We don't know, right? Like Q4 could mean that it releases in October. But let's be honest here. Supriya is personally outraged by the unveiling of Heat Ray Godzilla 2014. Yeah, I can understand why. I don't like how long we have to wait for Hiya figures. Yeah, I get it. Like Evolved Godzilla just feels like it's taking particularly long. It's annoying. Hiya's G.I. Joe line was like on 20 pre-orders at one point. Yeah, I don't follow it too closely, but I do remember seeing a couple of comments from folks being like, stop unveiling new Joes, you haven't shipped the other ones. Nuclear Gojias, how's your day going? Day's going very well. Yeah, day's going really well. But they need to make an accessory for 2014 Heat Ray for a female Muto head. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I was going to say you could take it off the female Muto you already have, but I guess you actually can't do that because it's like all built into the neck fin mechanism. Not too excited for Hayashimo since she literally has one ball joint for her neck. Is that true? I'm going to pull up a photo. Hiya Toys. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Shimo. Shimo. Is this not 2 ball joints? Hard to tell. Oh, no, I guess it is 1. Is it 1? Oh, that's the jaw. Yes, okay, so yeah, it's just the 1 there and then the jaw. I guess you're right, I never noticed that actually. It is kinda weird that they went through the effort to give her articulated individual toes, but then there's only 1 joint in the neck. Here's hoping it's a strong joint. That's a terrible that's better, that's better. Sorry, gang. But yeah, so it looks like there's the cut there, and I think that's it? Yeah, I never noticed that before, so interesting. Did you see the new Godzilla Ichiban Kuji statues? They look cool. I wanna get the Godzillasaurus. I did see the Godzillasaurus. Looks pretty cool, actually. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna drop the money on it, but it does look really cool. I'm worried that Godzilla 2000 or GMK will be released next year. So those are slated for Q2 from China, which means Q3 in North America. Unless those guys get like severely delayed, I don't think you'll have to worry about 2026. Uh, bu- bu- Mic quality is a little bit off. Might be the gain is too high. How's that? Is this better? Is this better? I might have had the gain a little bit too high. How did I not notice the 1 ball joint? Yes, I feel that. I feel that very strongly. It feels weird, doesn't it? That she's got individual toe articulation and yet 1 ball joint in the neck. So here's hoping that that ball joint can get a lot of motion. Because otherwise, yeah. Wasn't a volume issue, I don't think. It was like you were talking into a sock. Well, does it sound better now? Hiya is very strange with their articulation sometimes. I feel like their articulation's usually pretty decent, and they've been getting better. They dared to go where no man has gone before and give Monsterverse Ghidorah articulated wings, which is wild. Just wondering, what was the source about that Hiya Toys rumor you said at the end of last night's stream? Oh, yeah, that's the Drop Zone page on Entertainment Earth. I'm glad somebody remembered that. Yeah, I was checking it before we started streaming, and I was like, oh yeah, because it's funny. Like our Figure Mania show stream seems to line up with when Hiya likes to drop product, and so I checked, and sure enough, yeah, it's Entertainment Earth. Sounds fine now. I think you got it. Good, good. Thanks for letting me know. Heisei Creations, hello. I'm here and mentally well. You'll love to see it. Welcome in, Heisei Creations. Good to have you here. You know, it'd be funny since Hiya has been making the fatalities for all of the Monsterverse villains. They should have a pile of ice crystals where Scar King is sleeping. That's funny. Well, first they need to give us a Scar King. Then they can worry about the other stuff. My Hiya Ghidorah's wings snapped because of how fragile they were. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not surprised because those hinges, I do not have a lot of faith in those hinges. I like just looking at mine makes me kind of nervous. Yeah, like I feel like you gotta do it with like a lot of heat treatment, and even then, just like I think it's like Working. Yeah, StreamYard hates this mic for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry. So, blah, 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 blah. The question was, do you like Goji Guy's content? Can you guys hear me now? Okay. Do you like Goji Guy's content? Yeah, I've seen a couple of Ryan's things, some of his videos, and yeah, I think he does a decent job. I don't watch a whole lot of Godzilla content like to begin with. Like I try to do my own thing, but yeah, Ryan's good too. I like. Not sure if you talked about it or not, but what are your opinions on the Bandai Godzilla figure series? Also, like display with fans, no shot they won't deteriorate without. So that's like the Godzilla Final Wars, Kiryu -1, and now Godzilla 91, I think. I love that series. I think that series is great. I don't own any of them because they are so expensive to get up here in Canada, but it feels like something that should have been on the market for a long time. It's really persevered. They need to stop making heat ray figures and make a Scar King figure. Hey man, this is how you get your cheap, affordable Hiya Godzilla figures. Is they make a million ray figures to sell you. So the question is, how many Godzilla 2014s do you think you will get from Hiya Toys? It's because it's not. It's gonna be more than 2. I bet you there's gonna be a poster variant. There may be a non-translucent heat ray version. Just dropping by. Hope everyone has a great day. Yeah, welcome to Jarvara. You have a good night. Oh my gosh. What is happening with the microphone? I do wonder if my microphone is lying on me.
Okay, how is it now? I do think that my microphone is starting to fail on me. It's been failing on me for like 8 months. Much crisper. Okay, good, good, better, much crisper, good, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me know rather than just letting me go on like a dumbass. The heat rays are nice, especially the translucent ones, but I just don't like the head swaps. Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, a figure like... You gotta figure like Young Gari from Titanic Creations, right? Like he's got the port built into the mouth. So like that's one way you could do it, but then if you don't use the port, it could look unseemly. But then I guess you do the other alternative is like Monster Arts, where you just have a stand on its own. But then you have like a stand, and I don't really like my beam effects with stands. What do you think about the new Jurassic World movie? I'm actually kind of excited for the new one. I didn't really like Fallen Kingdom, and I didn't like Dominion, but I liked the first Jurassic World. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure. Highest 200-year wait for a figure pains me, but they're always worth it. Yeah, they're pretty good. Godzilla 2014, there are some things about it I'm not like super fired up over, but they make decent stuff. I don't mind head swaps for heat ray. It keeps the jaw on the default head strong. Yeah, I think any option they go with is gonna have people that dig it and people that don't really care for it. Brandon and Charlene, Mr. O Supreme himself. Greetings, everyone. Just got on. A nice chat to listen to on my way home. Super 7 reaction wave 8 is waiting for me when I get home. I am stoked to hear that. Everybody who has them that I've talked to has really liked them in person more than the online images have shown.
So I hope you dig Wave 8, and I hope that you are fired up for Wave 9 whenever it gets revealed. Crystal Rodriguez, hello Crystal. Hiya or SHMA? I'm not sure what the question is, if I prefer one over the other. I have many more Hiya figures than I have Monster Arts. I mean, part of that is because INS Hobby sends me them to review. If I had to pick one, I'd probably, at this point in my life, probably pick Hiya, just because they're more affordable and I don't have as much disposable income. So yeah, that's my answer to the question. Is the Fun line an online exclusive, or will they reach retail stores? They should reach retail stores. You can pre-order Godzilla 89 and Mechagodzilla 93 on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. You can get all three of them on Amazon now, I believe. So, yes, the answer is they are not exclusive to online. So it's no secret that Hiya does human characters. They need to do a Captain Gordon with a sword or a Sarazawa with an oxygen destroyer. Captain Gordon with a sword is like the easy choice. Yeah. We need more Captain Gordon love. When was the Wave 5? So Edis, can you clarify if you're talking about Ultimates Wave 5 from Super 7? And if you are, then I do have an update on that. Good evening, Mitchell. Welcome in. Good to see you. I want to know when that SH2000 is coming, just to know how much I need to save and for when. Yeah, so they have to solicit Legion. And then they may or may not solicit the Harry Potter dragon thing. I forget what they called it. And I don't remember if there's anything else outstanding. So maybe this month will be Legion, and then maybe next month will be Godzilla 2000. Would you like to see Super 7 make a Shin Godzilla? I would love to see them do it in any format. Reaction, Ultimates, Fun. Yes. And next year's the 10-year anniversary for Shin, so I think it makes a lot of sense for them to drop it next year. Drop something, I should say. You're already planning for Anguirus. Nice. Yeah, I might pick up Anguirus just because he doesn't get a lot of rep, and I feel like I should support the release of an Anguirus character. You think that Mezco 1954 Godzilla will ever come out? I think it'll come out. I just think it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I think it will come out. Defective Mezco 54 is a cryptid at this point. That's really funny. Do you prefer Hiya or NECA? Kind of unfair knowing NECA is outdated, but Hiya for sure. I feel like Hiya is NECA plus. That being said, like NECAs were $20 to $25, so I feel like if they were both on the market at their price points, like you would have merit for both. But I think Hiya is the one that most people are interested in. Edis, I was talking about Wave 5 of Super 7, and I believe it was going to be announced this month. And then Blake also here. Any updates on the newest Godzilla 2 Ultimate? Someone's saying there was going to be a new 3-figure wave, but there's been no update since. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, Ultimates Wave 5 is coming very soon. The other day, I posted a thing on YouTube. It was like Godzilla shadow looming over New York Toy Fair. You will see Wave 5 in time for Toy Fair. I don't know if that means next week, or I don't know if it means March 1st when the event actually starts, but that is when you can expect Wave 5. Wave 5 is nearly upon us. Pay attention to my channel. Everything about Wave 5 will be posted here as soon as I know something. So we are very, 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 very close to Wave 5. I hope you got your wallets ready because it's going to be a massive wave. It's going to be a massive wave. Would you like to see Hiya Toys Tiamat from GXK? Of course. Of course. I don't want to pick up the Playmates Tiamat because I don't like the colors and because I assume if Hiya is going to do Scylla,
then they've got to do Tiamat, right? Like, they have to. They have to. They have to. If anyone does a Captain Gordon figure, it would be Iwakura cast, in my opinion. Yeah, that's fair. I checked the drop zone on EE, and 3.0 has something on the page. It would be nice to see if it's Mecha Godzilla, since I have the Godzilla for pre-order. Yeah, that drop zone page is really neat. Definitely keep an eye on it. 3.0 is dropping all kinds of stuff. I'd be surprised if they drop Mecha Godzilla before Godzilla lands, but you never know. Is Godzilla in Hell canon? I think it's like its alternate universe type thing. It's like it's canon in its own universe, but not in the main line. Mezco Godzilla is stuck in the Twilight Zone. If Hiya Evolved is missing, then what is Mezco G? Mezco G is an idea. It's a thought. It's a form. It's one of Plato's forms, for those of you who've studied philosophy. If it is Mechagodzilla, I might pass because I want the soul of Chogokin. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 3-0. Would you like to see a Monster Arts or Hiya Warbat? I'd definitely check out a Hiya Warbat, for sure. The way, like, the frills on a Monster Arts Warbat might scare me too much. Hey, KaijuCanuck, so will we also still gonna get the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2000 GMC in the third quarter if they are delayed? I mean, if they're delayed, they could show up however far into the future, right? Like, that's the whole thing with a delay. We don't really know. They're currently lined up for Q2, so that's April, May, or June in China, and they haven't said anything about them being delayed, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Mezco Godzilla 1954, quarter 4 of 3031. That's funny. NECA feels like if you combine Hiya with Playmates, not dogging Playmates, love them to pieces, great alternative for younger fans. I think, like, how long has it been? It's been 5 years since NECA put out something. I do think that they were getting better toward the end. I think they were fine for what they were, $20 to $25. Would love Super 7 to make a Mechagodzilla Ultimates. Do you mean Showa or Millennium, like Q? Because they did make the Godzilla, the Mechagodzilla 2. When was Shimo from Hiya? Late March? Yes, late March. Playmates Tiamat looks like a petrified vulture. That's really funny. That's funny. Muto might have priority over Tiamat though. I kind of hope so. Now that we've got Heat Ray G14, I'm hoping that there's a male Muto in the cards. Plus his statue or actual figure will release first. The Shimo statue, I believe, releases at the same time as the figure, but at what point in the month? We don't know. But they're going to basically land on top of one another. Wait, we need a higher version of Mechagodzilla. I feel like they're skipping him. Well, they're doing Q Goji, so I feel like Q has to happen. Do you think Super 7 will make Ultimates of other eras this year? So I don't know how many waves we're going to get this year. If we're talking like 2022 pacing, was it 2022? No. Yes, 2022 pacing. There were 3 waves in the year, starting in April, I believe it was. So if we get wave 5 soon, wave 6 technically or theoretically would debut at San Diego Comic-Con this year. And then it would be another 4 months would debut for Godzilla Day 2025. So it is possible that we get 3 waves this year, but I don't know how likely that is. The question is, how many characters in Heisei do they have left to do that are worth doing? That you think are, like, deserving of the Ultimates line and your Ultimate shelf? Because, like, what do we have outstanding? Rodan, Mothra, Ghidorah, Batra, and Beast Form Biolante, right? Like, how many of those do you really need to hit out before you move on to Millennium? And also, I hope folks know that, like, they can transition to Millennium and then keep doing Heisei. Like, if the next wave is Heisei, and then wave 6 is Millennium, like wave 7 could go back to being Heisei. I think it'll be a transition. So I don't. Depends on how many waves we get this year. I have a hunch that after wave 6, we will see a Millennium wave. Goji Jojo, hello, how was everyone doing today? Good, welcome in. Goji Wars, bad news, Highest Scar King found shot dead in Houston, waiting for the reveal. That's funny. Ooks Bob, hello, welcome in. Any shot, either SH or Hiya, makes a Hellhawk? No, not happening. It's been 84 years, Mezco, come on. Heisei was talking about Showa Mechagodzilla. Showa Mechagodzilla would be really, really cool in the Super 7 Ultimates line, but I think that's at least a few years out at this point. Do you know the best way to import stuff from Japan? I guess it's not as easy as buying from Amazon Japan, is it? I think that Michael from Articulation Series, I think he's ordered from Amazon Japan. I think it also depends on what you're ordering. Michael or Shinrub-Jira would be really good to talk to about this. I would really like to see a Super 7 Toho Ultimates Godzilla 1994 figure with an updated tail articulation. Yeah, that would be pretty sick, wouldn't it? I do feel like, based on what Brian said in our last chat, like everything after -1 has to be like the same level or better. So if they do come back to a Heisei Godzilla, I feel like it has to have those upgrades. Otherwise, I think people are going to be very unhappy, right? Since Male Muto was so small, I wonder what else Hiya will add with it when it comes out. Well, like Mothra's small, and they still charged full price for her, so I don't know. I really don't know. I want Hiya Doug figure. Yeah, Doug would be cool. Kumalala, welcome in. Hello. Kumalala was the one who brought to my attention that most of Hiya's toys are UV reactive. So, yeah, welcome in, Kumalala. QU Ultimates would be crazy. Username checks out. Now, the question is, do you think that they would do one Kiryu and then just pack everything in the box? Or do you think that there's enough that you would want 2 separate Kiryus? Because if they throw everything in the box, like, it might be as expensive as, like, Destroyer. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too, Alex. Welcome in. Monsterverse Orga is locked up in a maximum security prison. That's funny. Ultimates 84 Goji is one that I would want. Doesn't deserve enough love like me. Oh, love yourself, man. Doofman, hello, welcome in. Heisei Creations will Hiya be at Toy Fair? So Hiya historically, even like San Diego Comic-Con, has not attended like as their own exhibitor. They've come in with Diamond Select Toys. At least they did last year. So Hiya is not listed as an exhibitor for New York Toy Fair, but Diamond Select Toys is. So if Hiya Toys is going to be there, they might come in with Diamond Select Toys, but we don't know. We don't know. Kamala still kind of disappointed that Hiya Godzilla Evolved is a May drop, which is my birthday month, but at least Shimo's next month. Yeah, I totally get it, being a little bit disappointed. It does seem like they went back and redid Godzilla Evolved, though. So at least there's that, right? Curious if Brian, Tyree, Henry, or anyone else from GBK or GXK will return for the next movie. We need to break the curse of 2s. They just had a big casting announcement today. A brand new actor coming in. It looks like so far only Trapper's coming back. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see what they do. General Burt, welcome in. Hello to you too. Alright, we've got some information for importing from Japan. Mercari, Yahoo Auctions, Bai, good stuff. From the last Mechagodzilla Ultimates, they might add the cannons in as a removable part. Like for Kiryu, yeah. Well, he's got 2 separate sets of cannons, right? Like the ones he has in the 2002 movie and then the 2003 movie. Hiya Toys Shimo is on my birthday. That's great. Good stuff. Praying Hiya Shimo has the alleged increased size we saw at Toy Fair. I think you mean Wonderfest. But yes, yeah, quite a few people were talking about it. It's really hard to tell if that prototype's bigger, but I hope she is. I think despite the fact Shimo's coming earlier is hilarious. Yeah, it is kind of funny. Diamond Select Toys is a great figure manufacturer. Their Iron Giant figures are amazing. Also, the Curse of Twos may carry on. I've got a couple of Diamond Select Toys. The detail is always really, really nice, but the articulation is always really limited, which is a drag to me. I really like articulated figures. So I don't know if they've made any improvements like in the 5 years since I've purchased them. But they do make solid stuff, especially at their price point. I'm pretty sure Playmates will be at Toy Fest. I think in 2022 they announced the Monsterverse and Toho line. I did check, and Playmates is confirmed to be an exhibitor at Toy Fair. I'm guessing they'll just do 2002. Yeah, maybe they'll do 2002 with like the Absolute Zero canon, and then 2003 we'll have some separate stuff. Jurassic Goji fan 1993, how's everybody doing? Welcome in. Doing all right. Good to see you. Do you think there'll be a charged Hiya Evolved Godzilla? Absolutely. You see how many like G21s they've popped out? There's definitely going to be a charged Hiya Evolved Godzilla. All these drops and still no Monsterverse Mecha Godzilla. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. I think it's too difficult to make. Is there any figure that you want Hiya and or Super 7 to make that may be obscure? Yeah, man. I want Titanosaurus. I can live with the idea that Ebera is too niche and they're not going to make it. Fine. You got to make Titanosaurus in Ultimates or in Hiya Exquisite Basic. Nuclear Goji, have you seen the new trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth? I have. I've watched it a couple of times, actually. Yeah, pretty stoked for it, actually. I think it'll be a fun time. I really didn't like the last two. So here's hoping that they come out with something solid. Also, I meant to say this like a month ago. Monster Hunter X Godzilla is a massively wasted opportunity. I feel like Monster Hunter and the Monsterverse could go hand in hand. Kind of like the Titan Chasers game. Kyugoji donated $2. I have to go. See you later. Thank you, Kyu, for the $2. Very much appreciated. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. Something I don't see people talking is the Hokkaido Suka pushed back even further when we have multiple final product images. Just a bit odd. I don't know if they ever did like final product images, but they did like update the sculpt when the Beam version was coming out. And it is kind of weird that it's been delayed again. But like I was mentioning on the Figure Mania show stream last night, I think it's just they really want that first Toho Godzilla figure to be as good as possible. I think they're just being really, really careful with it. By the way, I just finished writing the first episode for a Godzilla show I came up with some months ago. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I would be so scared of making any kind of Godzilla content because I feel like the fan base is just so divided in their interests that no matter how much people like the thing that I make, I would be just so roasted by everybody else. Monster Kid Corey, welcome in. Happy to catch another stream. Happy to have you here. Welcome in. Do you see a Super 7 Ultimates or Monster Arts Titanosaurus releasing first? Honestly, I can see Monster Arts doing it first, just by virtue of the fact that Super 7 will take a lot of time to get to Showa. So just by virtue of that fact, I could see like Monster Arts doing it first. I would love to see a Hiya Scar King, just worried about the release date being Q2 2086 and then being delayed even further. Right on cue, as Monster Kid Corey comes in, we have our Scar King being delayed joke. That's funny. Kaimo Films, yo, welcome in, Kaimo Films. Great to have you here. Was Hiya going to release new solicitations for a G2002 and Mechagodzilla 1993? They're not going to do new solicitations. Like, all the pre-orders are still up, but they will probably tell distributors to swap the images. I believe that's what they will do. Heisei Ghidorah got pushed up closer. My PC shelf space will be crying. I thought, yeah, Hiya Ghidorah was also due for Q1, and now it's been pushed to April, right? Yeah. Has every Hiya figure that was shown off at SDCC 24 been solicited? As of today, yes. The Heat Ray Godzilla 2014 was the last one to be solicited. I think the next one we are waiting for is from Wonderfest, and that's the Mecha King Ghidorah. I expect that will go up once the regular Ghidorah 91 lands. Oh no, you mentioned Hiya Scar King? Yeah. He's pushed back 60 more days. I really thought we were going to get Evolved Goji after GTA 6. Listen, we don't have a GTA 6 release date yet. It can still happen. It can still happen. Don't you worry. When does Super 7 Ultimate... When is Super 7 next Ultimate Wave announcement? I remember you saying, I totally forget. It will either be end of next week or when Toy Fair starts on March 1st. I believe it will be when Toy Fair starts March 1st. I know that the next wave is going to be shown off at Toy Fair. So I expect that is when the pre-order will go up. Pay attention to the channel. When I have information, I will let you know. I'm hoping for a Monster Arts Mega Gira since the movie's turning 25 this year. And you do have confirmation that the matching Godzilla suit, Godzilla 2000, is being submitted for approval. So, I think there's a good reason to believe that Mega Gearus will be made. Let me see here. So Kamala, yes, it went from June to April. I thought June was the North American distribution. What does INS Hobby say? Yeah, INS Hobby said that the initial release date was Q1 in China. So now the date in China is April. So it went from Q1 to Q2. Y'all complaining about release dates. I have to wait for the international release. Also, split releases are dumb. The releases are... It's split because it releases in China, and then they got to put all the stuff on a boat and boat it over to the rest of the world. So that's the only reason. It's not like they're saying, hey, China has to have it 3 months, has to release it 3 months earlier. It's literally just logistics. I saw the photos for the new Beam 2014, and I don't know what's up, but I don't like it, even though the Arctic and sculpt are better. Oh, the articulation and the sculpt are better. The 1921 sculpt is better. I don't know. No, I think it's just a matter of taste. I actually like how this 2014 looks more than the standard 2014. So I'm kind of annoyed at that. But if you're not big on 2014, then nothing's really going to matter, right? It would be interesting if Hiya would do a poster G14 like Ice Age Monster. I think that's like almost guaranteed. Am I crazy, or did Monster Arts tease another Showa Ghidorah not too long ago? That is true. That is true. 1972 Ghidorah? Yes. Yes. From Godzilla vs. Gigan. Yep. We have to wait for that solicitation. So, Monster Arts or Hiya Queen Kong based on the 1976 British comedy Q3 2026? Or no? There's a lot going on in this comment. So the answer is obviously yes. I heard that GXK sequel is filming in July. That is true. It has been confirmed that the next Monsterverse movie will begin filming in July. That is absolutely true.
Lataro, here I am, bitches. He changed his profile to the Hiya Godzilla Evolved. That's really funny. Oh, man. Kaimo, nah, dude, 2014 is my favorite design. I bought the Spiral Studio of that design. It's awesome, but something about the Hiya figures don't gel with me, but I canceled my pre-order for the base 2014. Oh, interesting. I'm curious to hear... I'm curious to know why. Like, is it that you're so into 2014 that, like, when somebody makes a figure that's not exactly right, it just doesn't mesh well with you? Is that it? Because I could definitely see that, right? Like, being that hyper-focused, be like, no, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. I hope it won't be GXK, just G. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's been confirmed that Kong will play a role in the movie. My wife is hilarious. I got very excited about the 2014 Heat Ray reveal, and she asked why I was so excited. It looks the same as that one, but with blue, as she points to my Hiya GXK pre-evolved. That's funny. Interesting that Monster Arts chose 72 as the first Showa Ghidorah. That is really interesting, isn't it? It is kind of weird. Sad your wife doesn't understand the subtle nuances of our very sophisticated hobby. Corey's calling your wife a filthy casual, by the way. That's what that translates to. Hiya's Godzilla Evolved says I will release after the next G Solo movie. I appreciate the dedication to the bit. That's funny. Hyperfixation might be it. I'm maxing my collection budget to a few figures a year. I only have 3 figures on pre-order for the rest of the year. Hiya 2014 just isn't in the budget. I feel you there, man. I don't know like how old you are, but I'm 30 and my budget for figures just keeps getting tighter and tighter. So yeah, I really have to ask myself like what kind of stuff sparks joy nowadays. So no, I definitely feel that. She is a casual, I told her, and she was like, well, okay then. That's funny. I really want to know how SH or Hiya would make anime Ghidorah just necks or full body like Bandai MMS. I feel like they would just do it like Bandai MMS. Otherwise, it's just like pipe cleaners with like laundry clips at the end. My perfect 2014 figure. Good paint and articulation. Accurate. One large and one small building and a beam. Sad part is Monster Arts would be the only one to make this, but it would be the cost of your organ. It would be Monster Arts Maximum series. Wow, I'm 32 and I feel like I'm 99. I have those days. I definitely have those days. I'm 21 and in college, no car and relatively cheap bills, but $50 is still a decent bit of money for me right now. Yeah. Yeah. No, the $50 is not an insignificant amount of money. Especially if you don't make a whole lot of money, right? Like, it's not about just your expenses, it's also about your income. Like, you might not have many expenses, but if your income's not, like, the highest thing in the world, then, yeah, $50 is going to be a lot of money. So, no, I'm with you there. I totally feel it. Michael at Articulation Series says the Monster Arts line is focusing on 70s, FYI. Ooh. As they do Godzilla 2000 and Legion. But here's a Ghidorah 74. Don't worry about it. Or 72, whatever. Do you think that Hiya Toys will also go back and fix the Godzilla 2014 figures, add the teeth, or update the head on the original? I don't think so. Unless people are just like mass commenting on today's announcement telling them that the head is wrong. Gotta choose between Doom, Shimo, or Living.
pick Shimo. I'm still in high school, so I don't make a lot of money, but my income is enough to afford all of the Hiya figures. Those were the days. Those were the days. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Enjoy it while you can. You know, there'll come a day where you have to take on a lot of responsibilities. So ride it out, enjoy it while you can. Would Monster Arts be able to do Jurassic Park stuff? Well, I think Mattel has Jurassic Park, like, locked down. But maybe not for Japan, so I'm not sure. I'm 13, so I don't give a crap about Monster Arts and Hiya figures being 15 plus. Good for you. Old man here, turning 49 soon. By the way, the minus one reaction looks really good in person. Lots of details for a small toy. Yeah, so the reaction minus one is also based off of the CGI files. So it's nice to know that they've gotten those details in. I'm waiting for Amazon Canada to stock the newest wave of reaction, because they've stocked the last 4 waves or so. Because the US conversion rate is absolutely benign. Like, it's so bad right now for Canada. So I'm trying not to import if I can, and then wait for Canadian distribution. I wish Monster Arts could make effect sets, so they used to, and the head of Monster Arts seems to be interested in doing more effect sets now. So I think there's a chance you'll see something in the next year or so. Fellow adult. That's funny. What's your favorite glow-in-the-dark Super 7 reaction figure? Baragon. The Baragon is amazing. I love the glow-in-the-dark Baragon. The green is so good, and the sculpt is so much fun. Yes. Is it just me, or does the 2014 Heat Ray Godzilla's head look better, like a new sculpt? I don't know if it's a new sculpt, but I do think it looks better. I do think it looks better. I will release after tariffs go up again. This is so funny. I was going to finally buy the Super 7 Ultimates -1, but saw SH was doing a reissue of -1, so there I go. Yeah, no, that's fair. You could check out the charging one from Super 7. Like, that one's unique, and it's got the glow-in-the-dark spines, so that's pretty cool. What's your ideal Godzilla movie? Oh, man. I love GMK. I like Shin Godzilla. -1 is fantastic. Give me any of those, and I'll be happy. I'll say Super 7 figures do interest me, but I don't want to pay $80 plus for a figure that can't open its mouth and requires an alternate head. I think that's fair. Yeah, and I think they've gotten that feedback, so hopefully there's a remedy for that in the future. A bit bleak, but I wish I never jumped to Monster Arts and stopped with NECA. I've calculated I've spent almost $4,000 on Monster Arts alone in the last 10 years, let alone Dragon Ball Z, God of War, and other interests that I have. Yeah, so like I used to collect Transformers, Marvel Legends. I think I collected other stuff too. And eventually I just had to hone in on Godzilla stuff. And that was just a consequence of like the cost of living. So, you know, if you have the means of buying the things that you want, like, that's great. But like, yeah, I think it's natural to start transitioning and honing in on stuff, and maybe even like getting out of the hobby entirely. This, like, 2024 toward the end, I talked to a few people who were regularly in the comment section who have transitioned out of collecting entirely because there's just too much stuff. So yeah, like you could focus in on the things that just really make you happy, and maybe making some tough calls. I think everybody does it. I don't want to plug my own video, but made a video explaining some of my feelings about collecting. Okay, cool. I can't even look at eBay anymore. After they put their exchange rate through, it's basically adding 50% to the price of anything and then a 400% markup on shipping to Canada on top of that. It is insane buying on eBay right now. But selling to people in the States has been really, really nice. I've been downsizing some of my collection, and selling to people in the States has been really nice right now. Bandai / Tamashii Nations is going to bankrupt my wallet with their Shimo figure that I am saving money for, and I'll stick with the Hiya Toys Shimo for now since it's the cheaper option. Yeah, man. Market alternatives, right? Get the one that works for you. I think Hiya's G14 Heat Rays head looked like the 2019-21 head rather than the one that used in 2014. I don't think... Because the 2021's head is bigger than the 2014. So I don't think that's quite right, but maybe they just took it and scaled it down. Is Super 7 still going to finish the Showa era for reaction line, or are they done moving on? Sorry, I came later. No, they are not done with Showa. They are not done with Showa. There will be more Showa. I think after Monster Arts 1954 colored version, the new Burning, Mechagodzilla 21, and a G2000, I'll probably be done with Monster Arts. Until they do Titanosaurus. Mezco Godzilla 1954. Talk to me in 30 years. I'm sensing a theme here going on in the chat. That's pretty funny. I only buy Transformers and He-Man Masterverse figures secondhand. Don't want to pay new prices for them. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like I'm one of the few people that actively enjoys the Shin Godzilla dub. Sad it's only on Crunchyroll, and finding the Blu-ray is borderline impossible. Yeah, I haven't really listened to the dub because... like, I'm completely fine with the sub, but it's okay. If you dig it, you dig it. That's great. Toku Society, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great Friday evening. Well, then, better I guess I start hawking off my collection on eBay. Yeah, do it. It's a pretty good time. I've been mostly into Transformers, but in the last 2 years, I made only a few purchases, which is why I thankfully able to get a few Godzilla items. Yeah, I've pretty much weaned off of Transformers entirely. My buddy gifted me the Commander class Armada Prime, and then I bought myself the War for Cybertron video game Optimus because I love that video game, and the Optimus design is really cool. But other than that, yeah, I've weaned off of Transformers. Off topic, but thoughts on Squid Game. Squid Game's awesome. It was a great show. Season 2, I felt like it retreaded a lot of Season 1, so it didn't feel as novel. But Season 1 is fantastic, and Season 2 is pretty solid as well. When I grow up, I want to be like Mezco's 54. But neither of you exist, so I don't know. Monster Kikori feel the same, but for Macaro US, I don't know if they changed their policy since I last visited months ago, but when they removed the seller fees, they offloaded it all to the buyers. Ugh. My collection is King Kong, a little bit of Mothra, and NECA Universe figures. Did collect Godzilla 5.XL until that ended. Original movie Transformers, some Masterverse. Yeah, I recently offloaded my 5.XL. They have some stuff up for pre-order on the Godzilla store. They're reissuing the Hedorah set. So it seems like that the Mezco line has a pulse, which is bizarre, but I don't think I would look too much into it. It's getting way too expensive for Voyager and Deluxe class figures. Deluxe class Transformers are $25. Remember paying that much for Voyager class figures. Yeah, I remember in Canada, Deluxe Transformers being $18 Canadian. And now they are just extremely expensive. I think they are twice that price now. I can't be the only one who thinks Evo Godzilla would be awesome. Space Godzilla. What do you mean awesome? Give him some crystal shoulder spikes. Yeah, could be interesting. 5.XL was the best. Small, easy to collect, good variety of figures, beautiful sculpts. But I guess my set is complete now. Yeah, unfortunately. What's the line from the end of Arcane? There is no, what is it? There is no achievement of perfection, only the end to pursuit. Something like that. I can't remember. The real boogeyman is the Kokyo Kyok Shin Godzilla. Yeah, so I think, what was it? I think Michael from Monster Arts talked about it a little bit, but they shelved that Shin Godzilla due to oversaturation of Shin Godzilla stuff in the market. Personally, I don't buy that. I don't buy that reasoning. I think that I think there was a lack of interest. I think they showed it off and nobody talked about it, so they just didn't solicit it. That's my personal opinion. Right, but Bandai would never come out and say that. My very first Godzilla thing I got from Super 7 was a glow-in-the-dark Mecha Godzilla from a mall in 2021, but it introduced me to Super 7. That's this one. Yeah, this is the San Diego Comic-Con Mechagodzilla 74 glow-in-the-dark. This was the second figure in their glow-in-the-dark series. I bought 2 of them. That's great. I heard you all talking earlier about Mezco. I heard a lot of praise for the 5 points line, but without a full DAM roster, hesitant to purchase the others. Has any toy line made a complete Destroy All Monsters set? I don't know. Has Movie Monster Series made a complete DAM set? Don't mind me, I'm not here. That's true. Since Hiya's doing Scylla, do you think it's possible Hiya will do Legacy of Monarch monsters like Ion Dragon? Well, Playmates is, apparently. They've put Ion Dragon on the packaging. So I think it's possible. I don't see Hiya making that jump anytime soon. Lord help my wallet if SH reissues Shin. Imagine they reissue the Awakening version of Shin. That would be bananas. Yeah, they dropped the ball by not doing a third Destroy All Monster set, but it looks really good on a shelf with the other sets. A lot of monsters in there. That's true. D'Agostini's Toho Kaiju collection is really cool for smaller scale collections. It pairs well with gachas, and in some cases, Mezco's 5 points. Okay, good to know. Hiya should do glow in the dark instead of UV. Like, who the hell has UV stuff in their house anyway? It's a good point. That's a very good point. Hiya summed up, releases a figure, makes a date 1 year from now. Once release date comes around, delay it for 1 month, delay it for 2 months, delay it for 5 months, then gets forgotten. I don't think that's fair. I appreciate the meme, but I don't think that's fair. I thought about trying for some D'Agostini for my 5 points XL, but they're too pricey on their own. I don't particularly love Kumanga. Is that the one that was in the magazine? You had to like get the file, you had to like build them through different issues. Is that the one you guys are talking about? Because that line has some like really cool looking ones, but then it has some really funky looking ones. Yeah, the magazine ones? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Also really hate that Monster Arts Heat Ray -1 was a lottery exclusive. Also, I bought a 1 meter fluorescent blacklight bulb specifically for Hiya figures. Well, that's cool about the blacklight bulb. And yeah, it is kind of weird that Monster Arts made the beam -1 a lottery exclusive. If you shop on, what's it called? Oh, what's that site called? What's the auction site called? Japanese auction site. Zen Market. Yeah, on Zen Market, you were able to get that beam variant like really, really affordably, but it's still not the same thing as just like rest of world distribution. So that kind of burns. Just put a real spider in there. There's a bunch of here in my Hiya's basement. Did Monster Arts just forget the singular point line? I think Toho wants to forget the singular point line at this point. I want to upgrade from Movie Monster Series to Hiya Toys, but gotta make room because my comics, mangas, and movies are taking space. definitely make space, sell some stuff, yard sale, donate to Goodwill, you know, Value Village. Don't just keep collecting stuff. You'll make the mistake of just hoarding things. You'll make it a pain in the ass to get rid of them later. I had the hardest panic attack when my Monster shelf almost fell the other day. My life savings were practically sitting on that shelf. Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad nothing happened to it. Movie Monster series is getting as expensive as Hiya. Yeah, man, like, look at that Scar King and Shimo set. What the fuck is happening with those? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Singular Point was good solely because of his design. The plot was a headache to get through. Like, the design is alright. Maybe the plot and the overall show just, like, doesn't... This didn't... The overall show just left me very underwhelmed, I think. Doo-doo head, your mic is kind of quiet. Okay, I've just increased the gain. Let me know if it's working all right. I overused the unreleased figures joke, and I didn't know I can't change my name more than 2 times. Should just know that I'm Shrimp. That's so funny. Oh. Could be random, but what's your favorite dinosaur? Oh, Spinosaurus. Yeah, I love Spinosaurus. I remember when movie Monster series were just cheap toys for kids. Waste gain around. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that happens. Singular Point was bad in my opinion. I think that's totally valid. Low-key, movie Monster series Little Godzilla from the end of last year was one of my favorite things I got, right next to Spiral Studios 2014. Nice. Yeah, the Little Godzilla looks great. Bandai made 2 awesome Mutos. What line were those from? Oh, the it was like Laws something. But I think it was the same line that they did the Dagura from Rebirth of Mothra 2. I like Singular Point. It's not goo for it, but it was interesting. Great kaiju designs. The kaiju designs, I guess, are pretty okay. I like the Anguirus. Singular Point, 13 episodes and 5 minutes of Godzilla. That's a good point. Being written by physicists that didn't know how to write plot didn't help. Yeah. Singular Point, Rodan, and Anguirus are my favorite designs for those kaiju. Ah. I'm glad you like them. I can't imagine paying over $25 for an MMS. Aren't they supposed to be entry-level stuff you find in a Japanese 7-Eleven or department store? I do think that they are supposed to be like that. But when you import them, then they become, like, super expensive. Kaiju Bangachi, I think the line is called. Right. The line you made, the male and female Muto, was the Kaiju Out of the Laws line. I think these are both correct. I think. Y'all need to accept Godzilla as a final boss, not a main character. No. I guess for Singular Point, yes, but it feels meh. How are we doing this afternoon? Good, man. I hope you're doing well, too. I love the Shin inspiration for Singular Point. Right. Is there any news about Eden Buster returning to Hiya? Not that I am aware of. When I see kids rocking on G-Fest with a Monster Arts X Plus, all I can think is you should be playing with Bandai vinyls, not figures that are half an entire paycheck. That's funny. Singular Point, Gabra is awesome. Sad they changed the name for no reason. Also, I always thought Gabra was a female until Singular Point. That's funny. I never had the impression that Gabra was female. But that's a good point around the name. Like, why did they change the name? Shinspiration. Godzilla is literally Toho's Doomslayer. The only thing they fear is you. You guys think that Toho will ever go back to Godzilla being a hero? It doesn't feel like it, does it? Salunga wasn't just Gabara, he was also inspired by Baragon. Oh. That makes more sense. I'm new to collecting figures. What do you guys recommend for a display piece I can have on my desk or shelf? Ooh. So, Mr. Impractical, the question I think is it something that you just want to like sit and stare at? Or is it something that like every once in a while you want to like pick it up and fiddle with it? Because I think depending on the answer to that question, you could go a couple different directions. I was pissed with Monarch. Godzilla has less than 5 minutes of screen time in a 7-hour show, but Godzilla has 8 minutes of screen time in 2014, and it's heresy. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like season 2 has to really up the ante on the use of monsters. It's called Legacy of Monsters, and I feel like there weren't a lot of monsters in the show. I walked out of Target once seeing what looked to be a 6 or 7-year-old kid practically throwing around a Monsterverse figure in their hands. Oh, the pain. Yeah, that sounds painful. Just to blow your mind, I bought my first original Bandai with tag Godzilla from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in 1992. 8 inches was $18. That hurts. That hurts to hear. But what a time to be alive. That might make him a hero if they do that cinematic universe you mentioned years ago. That's true. Yeah, maybe. I've been buying Twisty Shelf and I already need more. Also, Fiddle Son, we play with our toys. Mostly just sit and stare at, clean it up from time to time. So, I think the Ichiban show or the Hiya Stylist is what you are going to be interested in. So, where is it? So stuff like this 1991 Ichiban show, it's like 9 inches tall, so it's a decent size. It's $90. There's also a Godzillasaurus one. There's some Super 7 stuff. It's a little bit cheap, but it's also stylized. You should get yourself some Fun Funds because those are amazing. What was the other one? Oh, the Hiya Stylist. I don't know if there's any within easy. Oh, like this. Yeah. Shimo, $60. Is there one with dimensions? Yeah, like 6 inches tall. I feel like that's what you should go for. Yeah. So Salunga is Gabaragon. Gabaragon. That's funny. I like that. It's not just Godzilla screen time. It's whether he drives the plot. He does in Shin. 2014 could have been any disaster movie. Interesting. The monsters in question are the human characters. The monsters in question are the friends we made along the way. Singular Point Season 2 basically vanished from existence. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's happening. Most of the Singular Point kaiju were hybrids of other kaiju. Only Rodan, Anguirus, Manda, and G Ultima were their own. Yeah, I guess that's true. Interesting. My friend said that it's not a Godzilla show, it's a Monarch show, but he's in all the trailers, posters, etc. He was the cornerstone of getting people to watch it. Yes. A wise person on the internet once said that Godzilla is the mascot of the Monsterverse, but Kong is the main character. And I feel like this was what they were doing with Monarch. Monarch, the main characters were the humans, but the mascot was Godzilla. Even though you don't see the mascot that often. The entire Hawaii scene, the Halo drop, and the Kiss of Death, enough reason to love 2014 as a movie. Yeah, there's a lot I really like about 2014. Thoughts on the new Jurassic World Spinosaurus? So I'm like not huge on paleo Twitter or like the paleo fan base. I know there are people with very passionate opinions about dinosaur designs and screen accuracy and all that good stuff. I love the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Okay, I don't care that it's inaccurate. I don't care it's based on outdated information. I think it's monstrous and I think it's super fucking cool. The Spinosauruses in Rebirth, like I haven't seen that much about them. But I think that they're cool. I don't think that I will like them as much as I like the Jurassic Park 3 one. But I still think that they will be cool. 2014 is literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Woo! Here we go. We're coming out swinging. Scorpion is the mascot of Mortal Kombat. Liu Kang is the main character. See, same idea. Yeah. What do you think of the Jurassic World trailer? I think it's good to go back to basics after the mumbo jumbo from the trilogy. Yeah, I feel that way. I'm cautiously optimistic for the new one. Monarch Legacy of Monsters had the worst human cast of the entire Monsterverse. Yo, Kurt Russell was okay. I thought he was good. I do agree that a lot of the characters are unlikable, though. What's bugging me about the Monsterverse is Godzilla feels like he's only there because he has to be there. Godzilla's starting to feel like a side piece in the worst way, in my opinion. I think that this is a very valid criticism and stance to have. I've seen some folks like talk about it such that like Godzilla's arc, his character arc, was completed in King of the Monsters. I don't know how I feel about that personally. Like I not because I'm saying I disagree with it. I'm literally saying I have not sat down and thought about that a lot. But yeah, Godzilla's role seems really strange, especially because like they established he's an Alpha Titan. What, like 3 movies ago, and now all of a sudden you have Shimo, where he like literally can't do anything against Shimo unless he powers himself up. So I'm not sure. It's okay. The dinos in Rebirth will be inaccurate in 20 years. Also, that's pretty funny. Jurassic World universe or Jurassic World universe should return to Jurassic Park style dinos. I would definitely feel nostalgic about that. I do dinosaur crap for a living and I tapped out at Jurassic World 2. What a piece of shit. I didn't like Fallen Kingdom. So you'll definitely get a Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus Hammond collection figure. Has that been confirmed? I thought I saw it was confirmed, but I couldn't remember if it was Mattel or if it was non-Moo Studios. Hasty Creations, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your night. Worst cast so far in Monarch Legacy of Monsters? Yeah, I can believe that. Okay, I'm a Kong guy and I don't see Monsterverse Godzilla as a real Godzilla, but I'd agree that Kong's arc is kind of done. Yeah, like he's king now. I don't know if I would say his arc is done. Like we've never seen him actually like rule over an army of Kongs before. So I think there's still potential there. I was secretly hoping for a Serizawa cameo the entire Monarch show. It would have been the perfect show for him to appear. Yes, I agree. Kurt Russell was the only good character. Everyone else can die on screen. That's funny. I might come back to the stream soon. Gotta go feed the animals on the ranch. Oh, yeah, enjoy that. That sounds really cool. I feel though there's much Godzilla can do. There's so much Godzilla can do in the Monsterverse instead of being a side character. Yeah. I feel like that's just how they've set him up. And they need to do a little bit better with what they utilize him for. I feel like Godzilla X Kong, for Godzilla's story, I feel like it retreaded a lot of GVK. Like something is happening that's disrupting Godzilla, causing him to act erratically. I mean, like humans are pissed at him and all that stuff. I think they really need to think outside the box, and I hope that the new director does do that. Speaking of Monarch, I'm pretty sure Playmates Ion Dragon will be at Toy Fair. I hope so. That would be great. Okay, one more movie. Kong, Mothra, and the Kong Army versus some dumb mega baddie from even hollower Earth. That's funny. Mitchell, what were your favorite films of 2024? So I'll admit, like, 2024 was the first year that I had a baby in the house for the whole year. And so my wife and I didn't go see a whole lot of movies. I think I saw Godzilla Kong the New Empire. I saw Deadpool and Wolverine with my wife. And then I saw We Live in Time with my wife. Deadpool and Wolverine, we had a blast. We had so much fun. I don't know if it was just because it was our first date night in like 6 or 7 months. But we really, really enjoyed ourselves during Deadpool and Wolverine. We had a really good time. Best unused Mecha G design? Unused. I don't know. I like the Mechagodzilla 2 poster version. The 1993 one. G is the only character that's decent now, and even then that's because she didn't do anything that's straight up bad. I don't know, man. I like Trapper. I think Trapper's neat. I thought he was going to be obnoxious from the trailer, but I don't think he's obnoxious. Especially if you compare him to Bernie. Best Mecha G design between Singular Point and the Earth Trilogy. I mean, he's barely in the Earth Trilogy. I do like how he looks at the end of Singular Point. Let us see Rodan again. We need it. The world needs it. I agree. I don't even remember what came out in 2024. That's funny. I like the Monsterverse, but they treat Godzilla like Goku, always needing to level up to defeat more powerful monsters. Oh. I don't like that. Nosferatu was awesome. I did hear that Nosferatu was really good. Seems like something my wife would like. Best Mechagodzilla design period is Ready Player One. Yeah, it's too bad there was never a figure for it. The Heat Ray Hiya Goji looks pretty good. I'm thinking about getting him in the other Hiya G14. Hopefully Hiya gives us a Hiya Male Muto in the future. Yeah, I think like it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. You should watch Sonic 3. You're right. Love Dune Part 2, Wicked, and then recently The Substance. I've heard great things about The Substance. I'll probably watch it at some point. That's the one anime trope I hate. Always the strongest, like, where's the challenge? Yeah, that's why I don't really watch a lot of anime, because I feel like there's just so many, like, plot conveniences. So, it's just, it breaks me out of my suspension of disbelief. Never gave an official figure for Ready Player One Mexico. That's true. Gray Shot 151, Tyler himself. Honestly, favorite Mecha G has to be Kiryu. Can't wait for Highest Take if they make one. They're definitely gonna make one, Tyler. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But Sonic 3 was great. Those who know, there's fresh avocados in the crab. I'm completely out of the know on this one, so I don't know. I'm surprised the Hiya hasn't revealed their GVK Mechagodzilla yet. Isn't that crazy? It's the very first figure they teased, and it's still not solicited. Dune 2 was okay, except for Zendaya being the Marge Simpson in every scene. Paul does something. Chenny. That's funny. G14's breath being the same as always is kind of a letdown. That beam is pretty mid compared to their 10 out of 10 Heisei beam. I agree with that. What do you choose between 99 and 2000 Godzilla? This is just like choosing between Diet Coke and Coke Zero. Kiryu is my second favorite Mechagodzilla. Cool. Opinion on the final battle Mechagodzilla. That's the Monster Arts one. Looks pretty cool. Lots of accessories. Highest slacking on the GVK Mechagodzilla. Are you and Sir Melee still friends? So Sir Melee and I wouldn't say that we were ever friends. Sir Melee, like, when there was that whole Discord situation, like, he reached out to me and we worked together. He was very apologetic about what was happening. And we spent the day talking as he was cleaning up the server. And I feel like we ended on very good terms after that incident. But, like, I don't chat with Sir Melee. It's not, like, I'm not in regular contact with him. He seems like a very nice person. He seemed very remorseful over what had happened. And I did not, and I do not put the blame on him for what happened. And I think he's a cool dude. So, yeah, I wish him the best, and yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about Sir Melee at all. I could be in the minority, but I feel like, sorry, I could be in the minority, but I like Heisei Mechagodzilla. You're definitely in the minority, Alex. Sorry to tell you. Mechagodzilla 2 is fine. He just kind of stands there. I think that's the issue for me. I'm still saying Hiya couldn't find a way to make Mechagodzilla as they wanted. That's what I think. At this rate, we'll have a Hiya 98 in 8 years. And then it'll be delayed another year. That's the crazy part. Hang on, I gotta just reply to a text getting my furnace replaced tomorrow. I think Heisei is my 5th, then Showa, then Anime Trilogy, then Kiryu, then roll Ready Player One. Okay. What about Singular Point? What about Singular Point? If Monster Arts were to make a new version of Kiryu, what accessories would you like them to add to him? I want a Kamibus corpse. That'd be pretty dope. Super Mecha G, the entire More Gun Engineer quote from DF2's Meet the Engineer. I still miss NECA's Godzilla line so much that includes the 24 Godzilla 2014. I heard they wanted to continue with the Godzilla 24-inch line, but it never happened. To be really cool. That's true. Randy kept saying we're gonna make more 24-inch figures, and then he never fucking did. Ugh. I like the Earth trilogy actually, a bit slow, but very philosophically and allegorically rich. But then I like the Reiwa films. This is Godzilla's art house movie era. Yeah, I should probably like give the anime trilogy another watch, because like I was still in university. I was a very like not smart guy. Not I wasn't smart. It's like I wasn't a very, I didn't think about things as much as I could have back when those movies came out. So maybe it's worth rewatching those. KaijuCanuck lore. I guess this is in reference to the Sir Melee stuff. Yeah, man, if you ever want to hear KaijuCanuck lore, just ask me. I'll give you the lore. Hot take, the best Heisei film is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. It's the best, the score and the fight. I think you're right. That's definitely a hot take. Mecha 2 just looks like a dude with a dino head. Hiya's, on the other hand, looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger with a dino head. Also, it has a very inspiring release date. I'm sad that I'm not getting the first Hiya Mechagodzilla 2. I like that one a lot more than the updated sculpt. It was actually in reference to the furnace thing. Ah! That's fair. Yeah, my furnace broke while I was in BC. And I didn't know until my wife and I got a notification on our baby camera. It was like, hey, the nursery is an uncomfortable temperature. And so we opened it up and it was like really cold. And so we texted our friends to check up on the house and they were like, yeah, the furnace isn't working. So we were able to rejig it. So it's working right now. Even though it sounds like it wants to give up. So yeah, we're getting the furnace replaced. Just Canadian things. I gotta get my ass on a video about why the anime trilogy is good. Do it! Do it, Corey. That'd be great. Best part of animes is prequel novels. As Brandon said, the monster invasion is much better. Okay, I missed that comment. For the Earth trilogy, I kind of wish the prequel novels were the films and vice versa. Seeing the monsters destroy the world would have been way more exciting to see on screen. Yes. I agree. Yes. And so I agree with Ediz as well. Ediz, that Brandon is correct. You don't have to watch the anime trilogy. They aren't deep at all. They just act like they are. Ah, interesting. Super Mecha G is like if 74 and Kiryu had a child. There is so much wrong with that sentence. No. Lore requests have been submitted. Super MG is my favorite too. Man, even the furnace wants to give up in 2025. Yeah. Yes. Oh. In my opinion, Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, GVK are the best movies in Monsterverse. I don't like King of the Monsters or GXK that much. Hey man, you're welcome to your opinion. There's something in there for everybody. Oh yeah, the Earth trilogy has awesome prequel lore. I agree. Crap gotta go, despite that unnecessary slight towards the trilogy. Well, thanks for stopping by, Corey. It was good to have you. Always happy to chat with you. I need more podcast videos. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Sorry. Do you think a figure company out there would do a 24-inch articulated Godzilla line with all of the Godzilla incarnation and the rest of the kaijus? I know Harold from Figure Mania Show really wants that. Yeah. What would you say if Toho made an anime adaptation of IDW's Godzilla comics? For example, Rulers of Earth. Yeah, those would be cool. I would love to see that. You're about to be the 51st state. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is going on there? Yeah. 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 Night, all y'all. Good night, Corey. Even though GXK is still my favorite Monsterverse movie. Was there a message before that? I didn't see a message before that. Why no podcast? I don't think the podcasts, people don't really seem too interested in them. So don't really want to go through the effort of spending the little time that I have making content that people just aren't really vibing with. I don't think it does, you know, I don't think it serves me well, and I don't think people really want to engage with it, right? So it's all good. It's all good. No worries. Articulated Void Ghidorah figure would be cool. What are we talking about? We're talking about everything. Talking about everything. Keep the scary orange man out of Canada. I've wanted a Rulers of Earth animated series for a long time. Would love that. Yeah, I think I dropped Rulers of Earth after 5 issues. Just because I think I was going to university or something, and keeping up with the series would have been very difficult. So I read the first 5, but then I never finished it. So, but that seems to be the one that everybody really seems to like. Fight Steven and then make a podcast about it. Oh, Lataro. I wonder what happened to those rumors about that Hiya Toys is doing a Gigan Final Wars and Heisei burning Godzilla. I mean, those rumors are like 8 months old. Everybody who can make Burning Godzilla is gonna make Burning Godzilla. So that one's gonna come out at some point. But it sure doesn't seem like Gigan Final Wars is like a dead ringer likely to happen. IDW comics are the most expensive comics out right now. I would like to see an anime version of Godzilla in Hell. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. Hit6? J-Hit6? Nice hat. Thank you for all of your service. Thank you. On both accounts. Thank you, thank you. King of Mars, if you want to catch up on Rulers of Earth, you can find all 25 issues on YouTube. You can find the comic issues on YouTube? What a strange use of the medium. IDW Transformers was awesome. That's the... No, I'm thinking of Skybound. Skybound. The Skybound Transformer stuff looks great. Yeah, Skybound is 10 out of 10 already so far. Yeah. Am I just the only one, but Monster Arts Gigan 2004 is not looking like the movie version? I think it's definitely stylized. Yeah. There's definitely a flavor of stylization going on there. Not a fan of DC, but the GVK VGL jail was cool. Watching Goji one-shot Superman and watching the upset online was chef's kiss. Yeah, I got a buddy who's like super into DC. And so when Godzilla one-shot it, I was kind of like, I kind of agree. Gigan 2004 looks a bit cartoonish to me. Thank you. I got my Super 7 1200 yesterday. Thanks to your post. And what's your wish list for the next wave? Well, I'm glad you got it. I really didn't think it was... I thought it was a system error, but it seems like they found a pallet of these things. So that's crazy. What is your wish list for the next wave? I can't tell you. Because I know what the next wave is. And I can't tell you what my wish list is for the next wave after that, because then that might tell you what's in wave 5. So I can't answer this for now. But ask me again in like 2 or 3 weeks. Skybound Emergency Universe is amazing. It's the same league with Marvel Ultimate Universe and DC's Absolute Universe. Cool. Tyler, I will say Rulers of Earth, the complete series, is now for sale in 2 volumes. It's a good read. Half Century War and Legends are fun too. Okay, cool. I want an animated show of the Transformers Skybound comics. I think a comic... I think a show based off those comics would be do really well if done right. I definitely agree with that. I want the 1200 degrees, but I need to save for the glasses, so I have to adult. Unfortunately, it is sold out now, Latoro. So, I think that opportunity has passed. Any other interviews coming up? Yeah, so I have a plan to chat with Brian after Toy Fair. So we'll cover everything from after Godzilla Day up to now. So a couple series of reactions, Fun, Super Cyborg, Ultimates Wave 5. But if there are other things that you're hoping to hear from Brian about, you should definitely let me know. I think we'll get a Light Up Evolved Godzilla from Hiya similar to the GVK Light Up. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Absolute is awesome. There's a bunch of good comics lately. Ooh, which one? I'm not sure. I can't go too crazy on collecting. Me needs a new car. I feel that. I just bought a new furnace. So I feel that for sure. Oh, well, getting 2 super exclusive burning cheese that were supposed to be a one-time thing would have been too lucky, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. I hope the Hiya Toys will surprise us with a Godzilla Final Wars figure one day. It will be cool. I think it's definitely going to happen. There's one sculpt left that Eden Buster did. And I think it's going to be Final Wars. It's interesting to hear how Brian sounds kind of disinterested in Trendmaster. Since they've released the Shogun, the Aurora molds as reaction, I'm low-key expecting an Imperial or Trendmasters next. I think it's about finding like the right moments to do those things. So like, I don't know if you collect reaction at all, but thinking about like blind boxes, their blind box series, which seem to be going very, very strongly. You know, I think a Trendmasters blind box series is like super likely. I'm really confused about why Hiya hasn't announced anything about Scar King, because it's not ready yet. You know, with Hiya, these things, they take time. The biggest upside to collecting is most of the websites don't charge until the figure in question is ready to ship. It's been an amazing relief on me. Yeah, I'm glad. I definitely feel that too, but I also feel nice when it also feels nice like when you pay for something up front and then, you know, 8 to 10 months later, whenever it ships, like you don't have to worry about it because you already paid for it. That is also kind of nice. What would be your favorite color effect for a glow Titanosaurus reaction? Purple or hot pink? I think it's got to be. That reminds me, question for Brian would be, why can't I ever find Super 7 Godzilla reactions at Target? Out of 10 Targets, I've only seen them once. Seems like some locations just don't stock them. That's probably what it is. It's the reaction stuff is not in every Target. It's in select Targets, and it's not, I don't think Super 7 has control over which Targets get them. It's Target that probably controls the distribution. So I'm sorry to hear that you don't get them very easily at Target and you can't really find them. Hopefully securing them online is not too crazy. Agreed. Past Gray Shot has given me many gifts from Hiya that I've forgotten about. Can't wait for Evolved Godzilla and Shimo. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean, right? Like, you pay for it, and then it's like 10 months later, it's like, oh, yeah. I feel that way about importing Monster Arts figures. Like, I imported Godzilla Evolved and Scar King. And, like, when those were ready to go, like, I just had to pay the shipping. And not even Scar King, I paid for the shipping up front. So it was just like, oh, yeah, it's ready. So that was really nice. Hiya must be having issues with the whip. SH's is too thick, and it looks dumb if you compare it with the movie model. I could see the whip giving some issues. Hokkaido or Shinjuku Godzilla 1991? Why not both? They're great. They're in whatever Target I'm far. I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm really sorry about that. Oh, so Hokkaido or Shinjuku? I don't know. I like the Hokkaido iteration. Do you think Hiya will do a light up figure with Shimo? It certainly seems like something they could do if the first one does well. Maybe they need time to make sure the wire and rubber are strong enough, flexible enough, and thin enough. Potentially, but that's only if they're dead set on accuracy. Michael, hey, we live in here. Michael, it's good to see you, man. But I'm really tired. I'm so sorry. I'm winding down. I'm sorry. My local Walmart sucks with their stock. Most of the things I want, they don't refresh their stock ever. We're just now getting the Playmates, Tiamat, and good old One Eye. Well, Playmates, Tiamat's been out for a bit, right? One Eye is brand new. So One Eye is pretty recent, yeah. The box lunch exclusive reactions are some of the coolest ones. Yet the box art is Chef's Kiss. That's these ones. Yeah, I think these are great. I think that these are super cool. They were a bitch and a half to secure, but they are very nice. I'm surprised Super 7 hasn't done Godzilla vs. Megalon and Ultimates line yet, since they seem to favorite Jet Jaguar. Yeah, that's just because they're taking a while to get to actually get to Showa. Once they get to Showa, you know Jet Jaguar is gonna happen. Yeah. All right, gang. That's gonna be it for me. I am really, really tired, so I'm gonna head off, get ready for bed. Thank you all for spending your Friday evenings with me. Really appreciate it. Really great to chat with you all. There's gonna be some really great stuff next week coming out at Toy Fair. Well, I guess next weekend. And Ultimates Wave 5 is due anytime soon. Keep an eye on the channel. I will have my news as I hear it. And all my links will be up as usual if you'd like to support the channel. So thank you all. thank you so much for your support. Thank you for joining the stream tonight, and I will catch you again soon. So, bye, guys.